Hello ratbags, it's Jade. Welcome to why I'm creating a second channel called JADECRAFT. I am the home of survival news, guides and opinion. I've been that way for 5 years now. I've covered every survival game there is to release on an Xbox or PlayStation in that time. Don't believe me? Go and check out the playlists and the videos. I have always loved survival games, but I've also loved other types of games too. So I want a second channel where I can showcase my love for indies. A bit more crafty, a bit more farming, a bit more simulation, maybe even city builder. Yes, that's right, city builder. It's a brand new genre. It might take off, it might not. It might end up just being a grounded channel. Who knows? I'm basically just going to see where it lies, what people want to see on the second channel, and if it's popular, I'll stick with it for a while. But I generally want to add a little bit more chilled experiences, a bit more just not as bloodthirsty, not as focused on multiplayer and PvP, just something a bit more relaxing. But why bother? Why not just carry on doing what I'm doing? Since I've covered every game under the sun, why can't I just add some crafting options in there or add some simulation games in there? YouTube just about tolerates me showing so many different games because they all just about fit under the survival genre. But you guys, some of you ain't interested in Grounded when you came here for DayZ. Some of you ain't interested when you're here for Ark, but I've been covering nothing but Rust. You get the idea. Even under survival, some of you guys just aren't interested in a lot of the other content that I've shown. And so every time you've been recommended a video, because YouTube says, hey, you just subscribed, you just liked one type of content, you must like this one. You've gone past that, and that's harmed me. That has meant that YouTube said, you know what, we're not going to promote your videos as much anymore because people aren't clicking it on it as much. That's always been the case. YouTube has always been about covering 1 or 2 games maximum, unless you've got an amazing personality. You're laughing every 2 seconds at someone on screen. I am a realist. I know I am not that funny. I mean, I think I'm funny, but I'm not that entertaining. You're here because I'll give you the news first. I'll tell you how to play and show play the game really quickly with guides, and I'll keep supporting that game if I like it, or even if I don't sometimes, with how it's progressing with updates and content. And it's been okay to now, but in the last year, more so than any other time that I've been doing YouTube, over 5.5 years, YouTube is telling me to not do this anymore, to create a second channel and just focus on 1 or 2 types of games, or even just one game. So I'm still not doing what YouTube wants me to do. I'm still going to be mixing and blending a lot of different games, but I still feel like splitting it a little bit and having a home for these chilled experiences, a bit more crafty, a bit more farming, just a little bit more relaxed, means that some of you guys that just want to hear about the latest survival news, want the biggest games covered like Ark, Conan, Rust, DayZ, etc., you'll get that on the main channel. And if you want any of the extra stuff, you can go ahead and watch it on the second channel, JADECRAFT. I'm not stopping coverage. I'm not going to suddenly stop playing Grounded or Breakwaters upcoming. I'm going to carry on showing off small land content on the main channel. But a lot of that content will get extra additional stuff that will only be available on the second channel. The next time Grounded's got a big update, I will do videos showing you guys how to play the game, but more in-depth videos, loads of guides and tutorials, they'll be launching on the second one instead. I'm basically experimenting and seeing what some of you guys will really watch. If you don't know, Grounded gave me my best month ever. 11,000 subscribers, nearly 3 million views in that month. Anytime there's been an update, I've done pretty well. I've got some good views out of the content showcasing the stuff that's incoming. But I haven't got as many as I should have, and that's because I covered too many different things. Ark Survival Evolved gave me my start in the game back in the day, and I've had lots of games that helped along the way, like Subnautica, like DayZ. All them games have contributed massively at times. But what happens when you subscribe for one particular type of content and I'm not doing it? It just really does harm the channel. I don't want to set up 5 different channels for every single game. I figure this is just a good way to see how it flows. We'll see how it goes. God damn, I'm a poet. So, the main channel, JadePG, you will get news, you will get previews, you will get impressions and gameplay of a game the day it launches. It'll all be survival in the mostly. I may think about venturing out into AAA games. I had pretty good success of that with Assassin's Creed Valhalla last year. It gave me a big amount of views and a big amount of subscribers. But that's probably going to be next year when we start getting some of these big games like Starfield, possibly news about Elder Scrolls, other games that are going to be hitting the big mainstream. Some of them games have got survival elements in it, or they're open world, and I feel like they can be blended over with the big survival content that I already deliver. You'll still get the survival show on a weekly basis, maybe 2 times a week. You're still going to get lots and lots of first looks at all sorts of survival games. I'm still going to show you crafty survival games, games that are a little bit indie, a little bit small, a little bit early access. They will be on the main channel, but if I continue to play them, if I want to enjoy them a little bit longer, then you'll see that on the second channel, JADECRAFT. When the VALHEIM next big update drops, I will probably put a bunch of that on the main channel, but I will do more build focused videos on the second channel, so that you get the idea by now. I think I've rammed it home long enough. Second channels are incredibly hard and it's notoriously difficult to get off the ground, especially if you're a small creator like me still, unless you've got like 1 million subs where normally you're guaranteed a success. I've seen YouTubers though with 800,000 subs and their second channels have failed after just a few months. But it's important to recognise what you want from it. I don't necessarily need or want everyone watching my main channel to come over to the second channel. What I really want is the people invested in the games that I'm talking about to come over. If you want to know more about Planet Crafter, Outpost Glacier, you want to see the Hotel Chocolatier or Hightail, then go and subscribe to the second channel, JADECRAFT. If you just want to hear a few bits about these types of games, but you still want to hear the main focus of the other stuff, then stick with just the main one. I'm hoping to grow a brand new audience on the second channel, some people that will have never heard of me, not interested in survival games, they just like cute and crafty, they just like building and simulation. They maybe just want to see more guides about a particular game. If I could do anything at the moment, or get anything, what I would like to happen is this. I go and do 100 days of Grounded, I put it up on JADECRAFT, everyone loves it, and I could do nothing but showcase games like Grounded on that channel. When Smallland comes out next year, they're both very similar games, they'll both hit it off, and that's the kind of content that I would love to go big on. On the main channel, I want to be showing off games like Sons of the Forest, like Ark Survival Evolved 2, whatever is going to happen with Dune eventually when that game comes out. Will it work? Probably not. I've tried this before. I've tried saying I'm going to stick to a certain schedule or have this, and yeah, it's just a case of trying it. I'm never too scared of mixing things up. I'm not someone that has to be devoted to one single game because honestly it bores me. Why do I not cover Ark as much? Because I'm bored to death of playing that game. It's buggy, it's broken, I covered it so much and so long that I just don't want to touch it yet for a little while longer. I may fall back in love with it again, and I'm hoping so by the time Lost Island comes out. But that's the idea, that's where I'm at the moment. I want to play and showcase games I'm really interested in, invested in, but I also need to make sure that I'm keeping subscribers happy so that I can maintain this as my job. I need to play the YouTube game and stop showing everything under one sun, or if I do show lots of games, keep it short and sweet and to the point. Also, I do actually want to get experience in some of these other games because I'm looking at actually getting a job in the gaming industry next year. I'm going to really start to actually research and knuckle down and look at what I need to do to become a community manager or someone that can help with streamer support in games. There's a lot of them kind of positions opening up now, you know the coup, streaming every single week, managing communities, helping hype the games up with updates and new stuff that's incoming, or just get behind a brand new game and help them out a little bit. After 5 years of covering nearly nothing but early access titles, I know all the pitfalls and the good points of games going through them stages. So yeah, I'd love to start working with some smaller indie games and see if I could get a job full time as a creator. And then what happens to YouTube? Well, I'd probably go a bit more part time, but I don't think I'd ever give it up. I definitely want to carry on, try and do both if I can. But that's a pipe dream. It might not happen, it may take a couple years to get to that point, but that's what I'm aiming for in 2022. If you're behind me, I really appreciate that support. If you've gone and subscribed to the second channel, you're an OG ratbag and I love you. Thank you very much. But don't go and subscribe unless you're actually genuinely interested in that kind of content. I want you guys to watch because you want to watch, not because, you know, you think you're helping me out. And in a way, for you, if you've managed to click on this video, you've not watched a video from me in like months and months and months, then go ahead and unsubscribe. Like, it could be suicide me saying this, but in YouTube's eyes, the more people that sub to me that aren't actually clicking on these videos, the more it's telling them not to maybe promote me in the future. So if you're interested in survival, news, and you want a bit more short, concise coverage of some of these games without it lasting months and months, then stick with the main channel. If you're someone like me that you enjoy the whole range of different survival games, then go ahead and watch this main one, JPG, and my new JADECRAFT, and yeah, that you are a proper OG ratbag. Until next time, ratbags, laters.